Could it be that old emotional vibrations from past experience are keeping you stuck, are keeping you from living your authentic self, are keeping you from feeling the love, joy, peace, and happiness that is within you to feel? I'm Debbie Joe with Journey Into You, Rediscover Your Light. And the answer to that question is yes, it is very possible. I like to describe it in this way. I call it Debbie Joe 101, not a scientific description. My belief is that when we come into this existence, first and foremost, we come as a spirit being. And a spirit being has all of these high vibrations, what I call the yummy vibrations, joy, love, peace, and happiness. We have all of that within us when we arrive in this existence. Then we pick up our physical body. Okay. So, what I want to do is I'm going to do an analogy. Let's say when you pick up your physical body, let's call this your suitcase. And then you're going to go on this journey called life. You're taking this trip through life. Now I want to liken it to going on a vacation. Let's say that you're getting ready to go on a vacation and you're going to go to two different locations that are on your bucket list. You're so excited to see these places. You're so excited to get there. You weren't sure you were ever going to get there. And here you are getting yourself ready to see these things that you're so excited to see. You can feel the energy. You feel the spirit bumps. That's what I call the chills. You feel the spirit bumps when you even think about being able to go to both of these locations. So, in order to go to these areas on your bucket list, you have to prepare. And what you're going to have to do is pack. You got to pack what it is that you need. You're going to need to pack everything that's necessary in either location. There may be two different climates. So you start thinking about all the things that you might need to pack, the things that you need to have that are necessary. And when you get all of that gathered up, you're going to put it in a suitcase or a backpack or whatever it is that you use to travel. All right. So go back to the analogy of coming into this existence first and foremost as a spirit being, having everything necessary in relation to vibrations, frequencies. That's what we're talking about today. So we have everything necessary. We have the love, we have the joy, we have the peace, we have the happiness, we have all of that already. And then we arrive into this existence and we pick up our physical body, which is now our suitcase for this journey. All right, so let's go back to the vacation. You're packed, you're on the plane, you're in the car, however your transportation is to get you there. You arrive at your hotel, you unpack your suitcase, and you're so excited. It's like Christmas Eve. You can't sleep. You cannot wait to get up and get to this location that you've always wanted to see. So you wake up in the morning and you arrive and you're just staring at it like in disbelief because you didn't know that you would ever have the opportunity to get there. You get the spirit bumps, you can feel it in your body, you can feel it in your whole energy system, the excitement. You can't wait to get on the phone and call so and so and say, "Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. It's so beautiful. It's so much better than what I ever thought it was going to be." You're walking around in awe. You can't wait to share all of this with people when you arrive back home. Now, it's true that you'll be able to share that experience just by speaking about it, like I am here now with you. You'll be able to share that. They'll be able to feel your emotion that's attached to it, all of that yumminess. But you also might want to show them something. So you might be taking pictures. There may be a souvenir shop over here on the side that you can go in and, you know, get yourself a souvenir or maybe two, or if you're like me, three or more to bring home with you. You might be getting souvenirs for other people, but most importantly, you're going to get the souvenirs that will help you to remember this experience. So now you're going from that place, you go back to the hotel. You take all your souvenirs and you set them on the dresser, the table, wherever it is. You got your suitcase, you set it near your suitcase, and that's your pile of souvenirs. And you go to dinner and you call it a night in preparation for the next location. Now, the next location that you're going to is the one that you actually wanted to see the most. But geographically speaking, it's the one that showed up first for you to go to. So you go to bed again, it's like Christmas Eve, you can't hardly sleep, you're so excited. Okay, so back to this journey called life. You're going through this existence, you're going through life, and you come upon this experience that is beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. It's you feel the love and you feel the joy in this experience, and it's creating all this yumminess, and you bring all of that in and fill it in your body as strongly as you can. Just like the experience at the first location you went to, you can feel it all. You want to share it. You want to talk about it. You want to let people know how it is you're feeling, those vibrations that show up in this experience. So back to your vacation. You get up in the morning, you're so excited, you can't wait to get there, and you arrive and it's closed. There's a pandemic, there's a government shutdown. For some reason, this location that you wanted to see the most is closed. You are not going to be able to go in, whether it's a national park, you can't go in. You might can take pictures, whether it's a building, whatever the place is, it's locked. There's no access. You can't go in. How does that feel? You're standing there looking at this location, the one that you wanted to see the most, and inside you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'll ever be able to come back here again. I don't know that this will be another chance in my lifetime. So you're standing there, you're looking out there, and you're feeling the disappointment, but you're also thinking, oh my gosh, so and so's not going to believe this. I'm gonna get on the phone and I'm gonna let them know that this place is closed, the one I wanted to see the most, and I'm so sad, I'm disappointed, I'm kind of mad, a little bit of anger in there. And you look over to the side, and there is a little stand that has brochures. So you walk over there and you pick up a couple of brochures, and you know, not the best feeling when you grab them. It's like, okay, whatever, and take pictures from a distance. So then you get back to your hotel and you're taking the things that you picked up and you're sitting them next to the souvenirs that you picked up from the first location, right? Do they feel the same? When you set them down next to each other, do they feel the same? No, the energy of this pile of brochures that you just picked up is completely different than the first pile of brochures and souvenirs that you collected. So let's go back to this journey called life, okay? So you're going through life, and then you might have an experience where it creates a little bit of sadness and maybe creates grief. There might be some anger in there and disappointment, right? So we're having this experience, but we can also feel these emotional vibrations, and they're not comfortable. They're not the yummy vibrations, high level vibrations that I like to call them. These are low level vibrations, but you can feel it through your whole system, right? Back to the vacation. It's time to go home. And so you're getting everything packed up. If you're like me, you put everything that was necessary in the bottom of the suitcase, and then you add your souvenirs and your trinkets and your brochures and all of that stuff on the very top, just so it doesn't get ruined. That's why I do it. Anyway, you're zipping up your suitcase and you have so much extra stuff that the zipper breaks or the seam rips. So you run to the corner market, you get some duct tape and you tape it all up, get it ready to be able to come home. Once you arrive home, you take all the tape off, you open up your suitcase, and you start taking your souvenirs out. Okay? Back to this journey called life. We're going on this experience. We have an experience that we bring in more joy and happiness, and that adds to what we already had, right? It adds to what was already within us. Then we have an experience that creates sadness or grief or disappointment, and we pick up those souvenirs as well. The strength of the emotions that take place in our experiences is to how they store themselves in our cellular memory, which is what I call souvenirs. So we pick up those souvenirs as well. So now we have disappointment and a little bit of grief and anger that's sitting on top of what was already necessary. Remember, going back to packing, we have everything that we need. We have everything that's necessary. We put our souvenirs on top. So the feelings of joy, love, peace, happiness, those are never gone. When people will say to me, I've never had love. I don't know what love feels like. We do. We do. We know what all of those high vibrations feel like. But depending on when we've had an experience that puts a low level vibration on top of it, it blocks us from being able to feel the high vibrations like we would like to feel them. It keeps us from seeing our light. It keeps us from being who we are here to be. So you're unpacking your suitcase. Again, your suitcase is now, the zipper's broken, the seams are ripped. The same that happens in our physical body. When we go through this journey called life and we're picking up all of these uncomfortable emotions, these souvenirs that don't resonate with us, they don't belong in there, they start creating ripped seams, broken zippers, and those are the things like chronic fatigue, anxiety, depression, any illness, disease, or disorder. 99% of the time stems from an uncomfortable emotional vibration, the emotions that we continue to carry on throughout our life. With Journey Into You, I'm spiritually guided to work with my client to go back to a time where these uncomfortable vibrations were created and where we've stored them. We're not aware that we're doing it. We're not aware that holding on to this feeling of disappointment because of this vacation spot being closed. Number one, we're not aware that we don't plan that we're just going to hold on to it. Number two, subconsciously we hold on to it, stores in the cellular memory, but we don't plan for it to do that and plan for it to give us any illness, disease, or disorder. So with the Journey Into You, as I said, we go on this journey, spiritually guided, to find where these emotional vibrations may be stored from past experiences. And then we take this little protocol that Spirit guided me to create. We work through the protocol, we find the emotional vibration statements, we transmute the energy, and I have you look at the memory. I have you bring up all the uncomfortable emotions that are there. My clients see it, they feel it. Once we go through the process, the protocol, I have them go back to that memory and the feeling is no longer there. Most often they can still see the memory. It might be off in a distance, it might be fuzzy. But what has changed is that emotional vibration, the emotional attachment to that memory no longer exists. Again, I'm Debbie Jo with Journey Into You, Rediscover Your Light. If you're ready to move through some emotional vibrations that you may have created without the awareness of having created them from your past, reach out to me. I would love to take you on this journey. releasing all of these things so that you can rediscover your light, so that you can move forward in a place of grace and ease. Releasing these vibrations that keep us stuck, that keep us feeling heavy, that make us feel lost. Releasing these is so freeing. It makes life so much easier. I'll put a link in the comments if you would like to reach out to me. I'd love it. I'd love to go on this journey with you. As I said, if this video resonated with you, please hit the like button and the subscribe button and click the little bell so that when I do more videos, you'll be notified. And until next time, enjoy your journey.